What a nice location to be next to. And here's our overnight accommodation right on the doorstep of farmland. And they're friendly. You're friendly, aren't you? You want some food? And they do that all night, actually, that noise. Robert slept and never heard it. Well, we've got a bit of an overcast day today, but there shouldn't be any rain. We've just left the Lion Inn, and what a fantastic stay. They've made us welcome. We've had music in the evening, lovely meals, great accommodation. Anybody who comes up here on your motorbike touring or not, use that accommodation. You do yourself a huge favour and you'll love the experience. They made us welcome, they were wonderful hosts. Yeah, and the breakfast, you've got to have that. It's 10 out of 10. In fact, I don't think I need to eat anything for the rest of the day. Job done. Now we're off down to the beach. We're going to visit a few places before we go home today, just to make the most of seeing just a little bit more. Well, we're on our way now to Dunwich Beach. Around some lovely little roads. There's nice little villages all round here. Lots of heathland. There's a little bit of fine misty rain in the air, but I think it's more sea mist we're going through as opposed to rain. The ground is dry, it's just in the air. We're not worried about that. It might just interfere with a few of the pictures. So rural up here though. Well, this used to be a leopard colony and a priory. Leper hospital, I suppose, yeah. Well, we've looked round the ruin. It's a real walled area here. It's a big area. You can imagine how big this abbey and everything was years ago. Big old entrance. We're now at Dunwich Beach. It's an overcast day, but there's already people out. Oh, what a lovely big beach. Look at that. There's just not a lot of people use all this, is there? Look, see the mist coming off the sea at the other end there? Yeah, that's what we rode through. And the ruined chapel of the Leper Hospital of St James. So they treated a lot of people here, obviously the church did years ago. This will be busy later, being Mothering Sunday. I think you won't catch anything now. I think there's a good chance the germs have gone, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it can't be as bad as COVID leprosy anyway. We're now going through Dunwich Forest. We've been on the beach, we've seen their leper colonies where they used to treat them. Now we've got a few miles of passing through the woodland. I thoroughly enjoy this. Miles of woodland up here. If it's not trees, it's pigs. It's one or the other. Still lots of evidence of where all the trees have been blown down in that last storm. Lovely to see the gorse flowering. And the sun trying to break through is very encouraging, isn't it? After a few spots when we first started. But then Robert's here, so it can't rain. It's not really possible, is it? Robert's just said there's more pigs in there. We've come to the conclusion, in this part of Suffolk, which is so remote, that there's more pigs than there are actually people. And I'd like to thank Graham Gordon for his kind comments the other day. He said he thinks we've made more films now than Spielberg. Well, we're we're going to have more pigs starring for us than humans, I think. A lot of people about. I know it's Sunday. They're all out walking their dogs and milling about. Most attractive place round here. We're going to another ferry point because we can. Just a few bits of mist coming in across the sea. Nothing too serious. We're now at Waterswick. And they have a little ferry from there that goes to the other side. And it's a rowing boat when it's open. So to get from side to side, it's Southwold that side. And that must be the ferry, that little boat there. Beautiful. See the water tower in the distance. Every now and then there's a few bits. There's a thick bit of mist travels over. I don't know if the camera can see it, but see the white lighthouse over there just flashed. That's on the front of the Southwold. I've walked around there. These are very pretty little places. I like to see all these thatch buildings. I mean, look at the work that's gone on that thatch there. Yeah, work of art. And just up here we've got a nice church. Robert says that this church has been built inside of a ruin. Yeah, I wonder if they used some of the stone from the old abbey to rebuild it. I'll bet they did. Well, that's what's called recycling. The little river goes down there and out to sea. Very attractive. We're off to Southwold now. So much farmland. I think I prefer this to Norwich and around that area. Everybody's out just for a stroll along. It's not cold. Why this place is famous, as far as I'm concerned, is Adman's Brewery. Lots of little coffee stops. And we're now the other side of where we've just been. And we're going to have a coffee at the cafe, says that. I think this will work. It's more like the tea tour because I don't have coffee, I have tea. If you had a dodgy prostrate or something, you'd be in trouble on this tour. Now you're not going to believe this, but that vehicle there is steam. I know you're going to think I'm mad, but I'm telling you, the man's even said, yes, it is steam. And I'll believe anything that somebody tells me. It's unreal, isn't it? That is unreal. It's a Stanley. Well, we're at Southwold now. Not very rough, the sea. It's stopped the spitting now, which is rather nice. There's the pier. Bit blustery. Very pleasant. We just stopped for another cup of tea, being on the tea tour. And we've just been in the Two Magpies to get cakes, which naturally you do after a big breakfast. But don't worry, we're going to eat them a bit later in the day. It come highly recommended, the Two Magpies, so we visited it. This is beautiful. The sun's starting to break through now. As we started early, we had the sea mist, and now we're starting to get the good weather coming in. Blytheborough. I bet that looks beautiful when all the tide is in, don't you? Very marshy. Flat as there, isn't it? Even this A12 is a lovely rural bit round here. We're working our way back south now on the way home, but we're going to look into a couple of bits on the way back to see what we find. Yeah, I'm just recording the beautiful route along the A12, mate. No, it's beautiful. So vibrant, the colours. The sun being quite low makes this look so dramatic, doesn't it? So unspoilt round here, so unspoilt. It is like going back in time. I just hope it doesn't end up as tragic as Kent is. The whole area is gorgeous here, isn't it? We're just ambling along on the A12. It's going to get us quite quickly down to where we want to go. That's Ipswich over there. We're just skirting round it at the moment. Well, we're out in the countryside again, going through little town and villages. Better check the speed, 50, we're all good. I like all this. The sun's out, I can't believe it, all the clouds have gone. This is superb. A bender. Oh, this farmland's lovely, mate. Oh my god. Oh, what? Oh, what? This is lovely, isn't it? You get out in the rural bits and you're more or less on your own. It's only the A12 that's a bit busy that goes along the coast to get you connected to things. Once you've got off that, it's lovely. So vibrant, the colours at the moment, isn't it? The greens are the new shoots on the hawthorn. There's just miles and miles of fields. Do you know in this part there's no pigs? How weird. I've sort of got the light seeing the pigs. Oh, look at all that autumn sown. Yeah. It's a job to keep your eye on everything and get round the corners, isn't it? It is a proper Viking road. Oh, it's fantastic. Just look at how they've done those new buildings in character. Very nice. This reminds me of the best bits of the Cotswolds, where people have got money and live in such nice scenery, unspoilt scenery. This is what they've got in Suffolk. Very scenic. So green and vibrant. They've obviously put their fertiliser down and the new growth's really on it, isn't it? It's showing right turn here. This is heaven around here. Absolute heaven. I bet Kent was like this if you could roll back the years. We shouldn't have to pay any rates in Kent the way they've ruined it. Look at that view, yeah. Said it both at the same time. Oh wow. They're just like you expect to see on the chocolate box, a lot of these, aren't they? To keep our grandson amused, we do things like spot the church, spot the thatch, and see who gets the most points at the end of it, because if you don't, it's, are we there yet? And I think he'd be in more than double figures around here, that's for sure. It gives you some encouragement that some parts of our country is not ruined by the developers. It is medieval, isn't it? You expect witches and all that here, don't you? Look at it. Look at that building there. It's lovely. We've just stopped in Lavisham, and it's one of the most beautiful medieval places I've ever seen. There's such quaint old buildings, dozens and dozens of them. It's an absolute pleasure. You look down this road here, every road has got quaint little buildings in it, all the way round. What a pleasure to walk round. We've seen some sights over this weekend. This more or less concludes it. From here we go straight back home down the motorway. And it's not far. We're going to have to come back again. Thanks for watching. Well, Robert yet again with his maps has produced a fantastic weekend. Hope he produces many more, really.